One more time, whenever you're ready, take another breath in, slow breath in. Okay, it should work now, my website. Okay, next time, oh, take a breath. Oh, E. When you go from O to E, make sure that nothing else, just that moves, yeah? Forehead stays as it was, relaxed. Let's go. O. O. E. When you do see if your lips can buzz, if you can make your lips buzz. We're going to the next one, a consonant. R. So you can either warm up your lips by doing this. This sometimes helps for those of you who don't really have the R naturally. Or you can go R, up and down in our range, sitting really upright, as if you're singing, going high through the top of your head, going down, as if you're singing through your sitting bones into the ground. Let's go up and down a few times. Okay. One more time, going even higher, stay on the high note. Okay, one last time. Let's go really high. Let's forget the R. We'll just go as if it's a relaxed O, the Russian A, when it's not emphasized. It's between A and O. So the jaw is relaxed. It's an yeah? And we're singing through the back of our mouth, going up, staying on a high note, and then taking a breath, going down, and checking our posture, how our body feels today. Let's go. Take a breath. As low as you can go. Okay. Your faces are relaxed. That's what I see. Good. That's our formal warm-up for today. It's not a proper one, but at least it makes, hopefully helps you just to feel where it is today, where your voice is. And here is the tune. Da 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 da. I'll start from the beginning. It's a really good idea to memorize this. It's a really simple one. It's just kind of one of these tunes that really sings itself. That period of time, beginning of the 18th century, mid-18th century, 1800s, towards the end, Pushkin times and all that. Let's go. Da 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 da. Going up. Da da. Second half. Da, 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 da. If you're looking at your sheet music, some of the lengths of some of the notes may not be what I'm singing. There are several variations of this tune, so we can just do them all from the beginning. That's your first note. Da 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 da. Let me see your faces. Nice and easy, right? You already know it? Yeah? You will hear modern interpretations of this song sung in Russia will be definite da 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 ya da, yeah, shorter notes, da 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 da, right? That's in my ear, but when I'll be showing you the music in a minute, you'll hear it, you'll see it's slightly different. So as always, there are options for you. Let's just enjoy the tune, sing it a couple of times, jump to harmony lines as you wish. We are in A minor at this point. Okay, let's go. Ta da 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 da. It may feel a bit schmaltzy, but schmaltz is good. It's the style. Emotional. Ta da 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 da. Ta da da. Ta da da. Ta da 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 da. Ta da 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 da. Right? Right? And it sounds familiar. We've done several tunes of that style, and it's just fun to sing, and you can just sing it forever. It's still one of the tunes that is widely sung in Russia at family gatherings, at all these, fun celebrations, but mainly by people over 40. Because younger people don't sing that stuff anymore. Right, let's look at what it means. So basically it's again, marriages, arranged marriages. People couldn't just marry who they wanted in 1800 something. And this is a genuine story. So if you read my little description, it talks about the genuine story. And I was very pleased to know that it's actually a happy story. So remind me to tell you, I think I didn't tell you that in the description, what happens with the couple in the real life. What happened to that couple that story, that poem was based on, okay? But let's look at our text. We may not sing 7 verses, we might. The translation I'm giving you here is not a literal translation word to word. It's a poetic translation that I found on the internet in case you want to sing it. Okay? So, first line. Живет моя отрада. Let's sing it. Живет моя отрада. One more time. Живет моя отрада. Next bit. So you mix together the two v's, it becomes v, okay? В высоком терему, okay? Together. В высоком терему. Sing it. В высоком терему. From the beginning. Живет моя отрада. Lives, моя, mine. Отрада is joy, something that, it's not just радость, радость is joy, but отрада is something that gives you joy, something, the light of my life, right? Something like that. So my joy lives, my darling, в, in, высоком, a high, терему comes from терем with an ending, in a high. It's not just a home, it's not just a house, it's a beautifully decorated big terem, big house, right? It's a rich house. Next bit. А в терем тот высокий. Together. А в терем тот высокий. Нет ходу никому. Again. Нет ходу никому. The last two lines. А в терем тот высокий. Нет ходу никому. One more time. is in. And if you notice that here in the text it has a V in Russian, and here it has a F. Why is that? Because if the next word starts with a, what's it called? There are hard consonants. There is a T in the
Voiceless. It's
what
a
do they call it?
voice.
Voiced, yes, thanks. I didn't know the term.
Yeah.
Voiced, and this is
Well,
not the voiced
it's
part.
the T is voiceless, so that's why the V becomes a
Yeah, so
F.
that's why it changes the V into a F to mix it better with the next word. So we sing afterem, fterem, rather than avterem, which is harder to pronounce. Afterem. And into that house, тот, that one, высокий, high, high up. Нет is no. Ходу is no path, no way, nobody can come in. Никому is nobody. So nobody can come into that beautiful big chamber, big house. I suggest we sing that whole verse. Живет моя отрада в высоком терему. The woman in question, a young girl, was living in that house with very strict parents from a noble family, and they refused the man who was in love with her to be married. So there's no way for him, no way in. Next line, next verse. Я знаю у красотки. Okay, let's go. Я знаю у красотки. Я is I, знаю know. У is by or at. Красотки is a beauty, comes from красивый, красный. By the way, I always say that the red square, yeah, in Russia is, in Moscow, is the beautiful square. The red and the krasny meant both beautiful and red in Old Russian. So the red square is the beautiful square. Krasotka is the beautiful one. I know that my beauty. Next line. Есть сторож у крыльца. Lots of consonants. I'm going to say it slower. Есть сторож у крыльца. Okay? Let's see. Let me translate that. Есть is, there is. Storage is a guard. U is by. Крыльцо is a... it's like 2 steps before the entrance. Yeah? I don't know if you have it in English. It's like a little raising before you step into the front door. Yeah? So, я знаю. Let's sing this. 1 and 2. Я знаю у красотки есть сторож у крыльца. Next bit. Но он не загородит. One more time. Но он не загородит. Next line. Дорогу молодца. One more time. Дорогу молодца. The last 2 lines. Но он не загородит дорогу молодца. Sing it. Но он не загородит дорогу молодца. So that God, no, but, on, he, не, not, he will not. Загородит, stand in the way. Дорогу is the path or the journey or the way. Молодца is a young man, so he will not, that God will not stand in the way of me, young man. Okay, let's sing this whole verse. Я знаю красотки, есть сторож у крыльца, но он не загородит дорогу молодца. Но Войду, як милой в терем. One more time together. Войду, як милой в терем. Войду, I will go in. Я is me. К милой, to my beloved. Mile is untranslatable. It's my dear one, my close to the heart one. There is no exact translation of that word. В терем, into the house. So I will enter the house of my beloved. Войду, як милой в терем. Next line. И брошусь в ноги к ней. One more time. И брошусь в ноги к ней. И, and, брошусь, I will throw myself. В ноги, into her feet. К ней. So I will fall towards, down to her feet. Yeah? So let's sing these two lines together. Войду, як милой в терем, и брошусь в ноги к ней. And here is the line, the two lines that all Russians know even if they don't remember the rest of the song. Была бы только ночка. One more time. Была бы только ночка. Была бы. Была is to be. Бы is I wish, the would. Yeah, the would. Только only. Ночка is a night. Only the needs to be. Сегодня, next line, сегодня потемней, one more time, сегодня потемней, сегодня is today, потемней is dark, the darker, so only there needs to be a darker night. Yeah, he needs a dark night, he's doing something naughty, he is going to steal the bride. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Again. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Right? So, as you heard from the paragraph I put on my website, it was a genuine story of this couple who ran away. He was a lower class to her and she was in love with him too, so she agreed, and we don't quite get it in the song. In the song, it's just his story. He goes into the house, he kidnaps her, he takes her away, they get married, he wants to have a family with her, and that's what happens. But we know from the genuine story that it was a big scandal. They ran away. They, in fact, did get married. And her parents were completely furious and kind of tore all the connections to them at first. And after several years, when the couple had children, I think they had 2 or maybe 3 children, her parents gradually, eventually accepted that this is what happened. At the end of today's session, I'll tell you how many years the couple actually lived together, the actual couple. So let's enjoy the song, and we will sing, for now, we will just sing these 3 verses, and we will just sing la 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 sometimes, just enjoy the tune, okay? Живет моя отрада в высоком терему, а в терем тот высокий нет ходу никому, а в терем тот высокий нет ходу никому. Я знаю, у красотки есть Third verse. Войду, як милой в терем, и брошусь в ноги к ней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Fun, right? So, we talk about the Russian Gypsy romance, and there is a genre, kind of a branch of the Russian romance, which is the Russian art song, called the Gypsy romance. We have the cruel romance, the city romance, the urban romance, and there is that branch, the Gypsy romance. And there was, in fact, a lot of connection with Gypsy music, Roma music, should I say now, being politically correct. There were quite a lot of Gypsy communities in Russia back then, and they had a reputation. They had a specific place in society. They were allowed to travel, but not everywhere. They were allowed to play music and get paid for it. So they had that reputation of being entertainers, and very often people from the city had this fantasy of going with the gypsies, taking off, this freedom, that kind of pixie dusty, we say pink glasses in Russia, we say we are wearing pink glasses. You have pixie dust, you have fantasies about the gypsy world, freedom, happiness, not caring. But in fact, the life of the gypsies in Russia was extremely hard, extremely poor. They went from house to house very often asking for money. They weren't allowed to work properly. It was just a whole big story. But there is that genre, which is more like an outsider's term. It's not the Roma people's term. It's the urban Russian people's term, the gypsy romance, the exaggerated emotion romance, really. But there were gypsy people in Russia who later in the 1800s and later on did sing and perform in bigger groups, like officially kind of allowed choirs, bands, ensembles, theater later on. And the video that I put a link for you on my website is of a gypsy singer. He was born a gypsy, but he was a Soviet citizen, Nikolai Slichenko, very well known to us Russians. But the manner with which he sings has that a lot of kind of ornamentation in his voice, a lot of weeping in his voice. And right here we hear a little bit of connection with Jewish music, because it's oriental, because it's ornamented. It's not just plain, yeah? So experiment with that. Let's go back to our song and maybe sing a couple more verses. There, next one, number 4. It's nice, this one. It's like one of these images of the Russian troika. Потом лихие кони. Yeah? Потом лихие кони. And later, потом. Лихие is free, лихие, kind of crazy. Кони is horses, the horses that just take off wildly. Next line. Умчат нас вдаль полей. I'll do it slowly. Умчат нас вдаль полей. Okay, again. Умчат нас вдаль полей. Right? Let's sing the first 2 lines. Потом. Потом лихие кони умчат нас вдаль полей. Умчат that, they will take us, they will carry us, nas is us, вдаль into the far away of the fields, полей. Yeah? Next bit, by the way, you may notice that all the, some of the verses rhyme with была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. It's a refrain that very often when people forget the actual text, they just stick these two lines, say at the end of this verse, it would just work, right? And that often happens. So here, подальше от погони, again, подальше от погони, and last line, подальше от людей, one more time, подальше от людей, let's sing this, подальше, подальше от погони, подальше от людей, подальше is as far as possible, at from, погоня is the chase, yeah, somebody is chasing them, so further away from the chasers. Подальше, further away, от людей, from people, right? They're hiding. Let's sing that whole verse. Потом лихие кони умчат нас вдаль полей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей. So the couple run away on the troika with the help of some of the friends of that guy. And by the way, the father, incidentally, the father of this man, Nikolai, this young man, was a well-off merchant. But the bride's family were noble people, dворяне, as we say in Russian, which is a higher in status, but in fact, financially, they were experiencing some kind of crisis. They were poor. And in fact, they were kind of even poorer than the other family. But because of their status, they just said fair, you know? Interesting status things there. So they didn't accept him. Interesting. Let's sing these verses. Let me just see your faces. How is it for you? Having fun? Yeah? Shall we sing it again? Are you singing harmonies, anyone? Do. I'll sing harmonies this time. La la la, right? Let's do that. These 4 verses. I will sing harmonies from time to time. Try to experiment with the motion, with a bit of strong voice, right? First verse. Живет моя отрада в высоком терему, а в тереме тот высокий нет ходу никому, а в тереме тот высокий нет ходу никому. Second verse. Я знаю у красотки есть сторож у крыльца, но он не загородит дорогу молодца, но он не загородит дорогу молодца. Third verse. Войду я к милой в терем и брошусь в ноги к ней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Потом лихие кони умчат нас вдаль полей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей. Тайна So we will sing the whole thing one more time, and we'll make it longer, and we'll really enjoy it. Let me just quickly check what's going on here. Anything I need to know? Tell me. Oh, you're having your own. Now, somebody last time told me that you couldn't send messages to each other. And I've checked, it should be possible.
Now we can.
But hey, Nestle?
Now we can.
You can. I don't know what happened. I checked. It said yes, but okay. If you want to keep secrets from us, okay, okay then.
You can read everything.
No,
Those.
no, I can't read messages you send to each other privately. I can't. No. If you send it to me privately, then I read it. If it's between you, I can't. Yeah, you can gossip about me.
No.
Okay, so here is what I want to tell you. The couple lived together for 40 years. They went against the whole society. They went against everything. They lived together for 40 years. They had children. And as I said in that paragraph online, it was quite an outrageous, a crazy thing to do. And it became a great legend and inspiration for other people. So when we read stories later in the 1800 something, later in that century, it became more and more acceptable and known for people to go against society and marry people from a different, hierarchical place. But this was quite a ridiculous story. So it became famous. The original poem is a bit more complex, and it's a bit more, there is more happening in that poem. Now, let me just tell you what happens in this particular song. Yeah. So what happens here? They will live together, he says, not knowing any dark times, only if we have a dark night today. And then we will have a son or a daughter, and life will become jollier, happier. And we just need this dark night tonight. Only the dark night tonight. That's all we need. And we need a troika, three-horsed wagon, and a Parizveis, the kind of an active and energetic troika. And that's all we need. What's interesting is that in the song itself, there is no way of telling whether she is up for it or not. Right? There's no way of telling if she wants to go. So he just comes into her house, takes her away, and that's it. And they go. But I was really pleased to know this is actually a happy story, and that they lived together for so long. Now, we're going to gather everything. We will la la la. We will sing verses. I will sing harmonies. You sing harmonies. Just enjoy the tune. We will go up a tone, down a tone. Just play with it, okay? Good? Okay. And just imagine that picture of this troika rushing into the field. Let's go. Живет моя отрада в высоком терему, а в терему тот высокий, нет хода никому, а в терему тот высокий, нет хода никому. Я знаю, у красотки есть сторож у крыльца, но он не загородит дорогу молодца, но он не загородит дорогу молодца. войду я к милой в терем и брошусь в ноги к ней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Да-дай, да-дай, дай-дай, потом лихие кони умчат нас вдаль полей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей. Да-дай, да-дай, живет моя отрада в высоком терему, а в терем тот высокий нет ходу никому, а в терем тот высокий нет ходу никому. Я знаю, у красотки есть сторож у крыльца, но он не загородит дорогу молодца. Войду я к милой в терем и брошусь в ноги к ней. Была бы только ночка, да ночка потемней. Была бы только ночка, сегодня потемней. Потом лихие кони умчат нас вдаль полей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей, подальше от погони, подальше от людей. Та-дай, да-дай, да-дай, дай, дай-дай, дай, дай-дай, all right. I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you very much for joining me today. And let's have a good dark night wherever you are, whenever it's coming. I'll see you next week, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you
very much. Merci.
Merci, merci. Adank. Bye.